Okay, folks, thanks for joining. I thought I'd put together a quick walkthrough in terms of how to make use of some of the GPS navigation files that we make available through the distance riders for the various rides that we do. And in particular, this might hopefully come in useful for any riders who are planning on turning up for the North Island 800 or the North Island 1600 and who don't run a regular GPS unit. So for those riders, you might be wondering how to make the best use of the navigational files that we provide using a cell phone. Well, I'm an iPhone user, and so what I can show you is what works quite well for the iPhone. And I believe that Topo GPS, this app that I'm about to show you, is also potentially available for the Android system too. I'll check on that, and if there are any updates on that, I'll make sure that I post an update on that comment within the description of this video. So Topo GPS is largely a free or a cheap app to use. It leverages off the New Zealand Topo maps that you can get hold of. If you search for Topo GPS, you'll find it in the App Store with this logo that I'm currently showing. I previously downloaded that to my phone, and you can, for the low cost of 7 Kiwi dollars, you can buy New Zealand Topo maps to run in this. So have a look at how this looks and functions as an app. This is how those Topo maps look. You can see that I'm based north of Auckland. If we zoom in, you'll start to see the clarity of the maps coming through. And these maps typically run at about 3 different detail levels. So as you zoom in, the map that's used changes. There you go, there's one change. And that's the lowest level of detail that you can get to. Okay, so as it comes straight out of the box, you may have to go and opt to buy the Topo maps for New Zealand just to make this usable for you. And that's under the maps layer on the right hand side here. So if you go into more maps, you can see which option, which maps are actually available for you, and you can opt for which ones you choose. So you can see here I've chosen the New Zealand map. Okay, so where to from here? Well, if we go over to the New Zealand Distance Riders website on distanceriders.org.nz, I'm going to give you a demonstration using the 2024 North Island, sorry, no, the 2024 1KC routes that we've put up here for the northern route. So I'm going to go through and find the relevant page. Here's the 24 events section, and then the 1KC route information. Okay, so as we scroll down, we'll see that we put route information available in various different forms. There's a Google map that you can have a look at and familiarize yourself with. But these sections above are the more interesting portions for what we're talking about today. So do note that there is a a photo checkpoint PDF sheet that's available here, which takes you through the photo requirements for each of the checkpoints. Very useful if you download that to your phone, maybe put it into iBooks or your files location so that you can easily get hold of that and reference that on your way around so you can remind yourself as to what we want in those photos. Okay, as far as the GPX content goes, here you'll see that we've got 4 options. We've got track only, route and checkpoints, just checkpoints, or checkpoints and track combined. I'm going to make use of the track only and just checkpoints. So for my use, I'm going to use numbers 1 and number 3. Okay, so let's go with the track only first. I'll just touch that. That will attempt to open this within Google Drive. And you can see the file name at the top there. I'm going to click on the on the menu, the dot 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 menu on the very top there. And then I'm going to scroll down to where it says open in, and I'm going to touch and release that. Okay. Then it brings up the various apps that I can use here. And I'm going to go to the very end, hit more, and then I'm going to scroll down until I see Topo GPS, which is there. Great. That's brought the track in, and we can actually see that if we zoom into the track, there's kilometer markers. So we can see 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, and so on, all the way around the 1kc route, like that, all the way up to the top. And there we go. So we can see it's about 480 kilometers up to Cape Reinga. And then as we come back down, you can see the kilometers increasing. So very quickly, we can get a feel for the direction of the route. And there's also some arrows along the route as well. So we've got an idea of the route that we were intended to take, but there's no checkpoints in this yet. There's no waypoints or no photo stops. So we're going to go back to the website, and that's where I'm going to use the just checkpoints link. So that was number 3. Okay, same thing again. I'm going to press that dot, dot, dot on the top right. I'm going to scroll down, going to go open in. Okay. Then I'm going to go over to the right-hand side of my apps that I can use, hit more. I'm going to go down to Topo GPS, and that's brought the dots in. These are the, each of those dots is now labeled, and it's got a nice big red blob showing us where we're expected to stop. Okay, so this is, I think, probably by far the easiest way for you to be able to follow the intended route along the roads as you go. And using this little icon down on the bottom right, sorry, the bottom left, the little uh, marker pin. So this is, I'm clicking the little marker pin just above the maps icon in the lower left-hand side. And as I do that, it's toggling it so it follows the heading up. So I'm rotating my phone while I'm doing this, and that's following my compass bearing. All right. And as we ride then, if we, yeah, as we ride, it's gonna keep it centered on that compass bearing. Sorry, that on that heading up mark. There we go, like that. And as we get close to the intended route, you'll be able to see the blue line along the road in front of you. Now, it's very easy to zoom in and out on this app. You can do that by double clicking in the lower half, double touching in the lower half of the map area. That will zoom in towards your point. And if you want to zoom out, you move your finger up to the top of the screen, and inside of the map area, in the upper half of the map, you just double touch it again. So without panning or without rotating or anything, just some double touches just above the marker will zoom in, and at the top of the page will zoom out. So as you're riding along, although this won't give you turn-by-turn instructions, it is actually fairly easy for you to follow the road, follow the blue line, and go in the intended direction and follow the course that we intended for you to take. And as you near one of those red points, one of those red markers, you can imagine coming along this section of the road here, you'd see the little red dot. So as you approach, you know you've got an upcoming checkpoint to stop at. Honestly, for the money, if you've not got anything else, this is definitely worth a try. This is a very quick and easy way for you to get something on your bike that will show you where you are, where you intend to go, and how you intend to get there, and where you need to stop next. So for $7 you can pick up and use the files that we've made available on the website at the route reveal at the North Island 800 or 1600. Okay. As I say, I believe that this is available for use for Android too, but I'll check that and I'll post a comment up. Now, once you've got these things loaded, under routes, you've got saved routes. and there's the track that we've loaded, right? If it's gray, it's on the map. If you touch it, you can deselect it and make it white, at which point it will disappear off the map. Okay. So if you're loading multiple routes onto your phone at any point in time, you can manage what's shown and what's not. You can declutter your map by choosing which ones you show. Okay. Similarly, for waypoints, anything in the waypoints there, if it's gray, it's shown. And if you go and click up there and hit remove all from map, then go back to the map, you'll see that we've just removed the waypoints. So I've just cleared my map out nicely, and but they're still stored there, so I can turn them back on if I want. Waypoints, select all. It makes them gray. Hit cancel, go to the map. Oh, beg your pardon. There we go. So we get them back on the map there. Okay, I hope this is useful for someone. If you have any questions, jump onto the New Zealand Distance Riders Facebook group, and I'll make sure that there's a link to that Facebook group in the description here too. And please ask some questions. We've got a week and a half before the event, so yeah, download the app and practice. And for $7, I think it's well worth giving this a go. Thanks, guys.